Yeah. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Savilian. This is the Sav Show. Thank you for joining me. Let's go. So I'm talking about gratitude today. I'm talking about my gratitude journal. I'm talking about my gratitude journey. So last week or over the weekend, I went and had some drinks with some friends, and we were chatting. Basically, one of my friends wanted to purchase a few gratitude journals, so I brought a bunch of them down, gave them to her. And then because they were on the table, I got chatting to a couple other people that were at the table. And one of the girls there I was talking to, basically I was able to dive into kind of like my thoughts and ideas behind my gratitude journey and journal. And it just got me thinking that, it's probably about time that I share some more of that here. So this is a quick little rundown of my practice and kind of how I got here and what it is and what it is not, and what I'm trying to make it and what I'm trying to say with it. So I started my gratitude practice in probably March of 2020 at a time where the world was kind of falling into chaos. There was a lot of darkness and negativity swirling around the world. We were being told constantly of how bad things had gotten and how bad things were going to get. There's a lot of fear mongering around, and I for whatever reason, I think it started as me wanting to just take note of every single day. So I would I bought a journal, and I would just take note of every single day. And what I started doing was every single day I would just write down a bunch of things that I actually was grateful for. And that practice continued pretty much every day throughout the pandemic. It just kind of picked up momentum. It turned into this morning routine, this thing that I kind of fell in love with, this thing that, could transport me to a positive place. When I was feeling down, when I was feeling negative, when I was feeling a bit low, by, targeting these things with gratitude and joy and love in my heart, I could convert whatever negative feelings were inside of me into positive ones. And it ended up becoming this tool that I could use to transform my worldview, transform the lens that I saw the world with, from a negative one, from an inherently negative one to an inherently positive and optimistic one. Not that my worldview was negative before, but, I very much had that energy of woe is me, and why am I this, and why do I keep fucking up, and why do I keep making these mistakes, and why is everything happening to me? And everyone gets into those headspaces from time to time. And I found that gratitude was definitely a big tool that I used to take me out of those headspaces, to take me to a place that was do you know what? I'm grateful that I just have this jumper here. I'm grateful that I got a tin of coffee over there. I'm grateful that I got to spend tonight with my brother. I'm grateful that, I have this Kelpie that's getting me up at 6 a.m. in the morning to make me take it for a run so I can get up and into the day while we're in the midst of a pandemic and I'm battling with alcoholism. I'm grateful for these things, and these things were able to generate this reciprocity of a feeling of, love and joy and warmth that I was able to kind of operate with. And so it turned itself into this practice. And the reason that I kind of decided, all right, well, I need to make my own journals is one, it came from a couple of places. One, I started posting my gratitude every day. Well, not every day, but every now and then I'd post it. I'd say hey, this is what I'm grateful for. Hopefully you can bring a bit of gratitude into your life as well. So I'd start posting it, and people would go, oh, I really like this kind of practice, or I really like how you've done this. Where can I get a book like this? And at this time, the book that I was using was kind of not being made anymore. So I said, oh, there's, nowhere. They don't make them anymore. The place where I used to get these books from, they're not for sale anymore. So maybe you can just write them down yourself, but otherwise, yeah. So basically there was kind of these questions and queries and thoughts from people about where can I use a tool like this to practice? And that was part of the initial idea. The other thing that formed the kind of like genesis for this idea was me wanting a tool, a book, a place where I could, capture everything that I want immediately. So one thing that I really wanted to do was I wanted to set an idea or an intention for the day. That was one thing that I really wanted to do. I really wanted to focus on gratitude, like pushing my gratitude and gratefulness, or my grateful energy toward actual things, like in my periphery or just in my life, a memory from the night before or whatever. Like actually forcing myself to tunnel in on things and use gratitude, like point that energy. So that was one and two. And then I wanted to be thankful for someone. Because I think like being grateful, pointing my gratitude towards a thing, and then taking my time to really like sit in the energy of being grateful for a person, are two slightly different things. Similar kind of like tact, but a little bit more in depth. So really sit in the energy of like, you know what, I'm grateful for my mom, man. Like, oh God. Thank you to her and the effort that she put in and whatever. Or like if I just had an interaction with like a new friend that I met, I went out and had coffee with someone, like I could sit and just be like, man, I'm so grateful for that person. That was a really cool experience. And just really build up this like energy of like grateful feelings inside of me. So that was the other one. And then the final thing is to set 3 priorities for the day. And the reason I wanted this here is because for me, gratitude has been this thing that I practice in the morning. I practice it all the time, but I mainly practice it in the morning. It sets my day up. It starts the day with intention. It basically focuses me on a positive energy instead of like, starting the day with like a doom scroll and then like, rushing to get this and that done. Who do I need to answer? Who do I need to get back to? Starting your day with, feeling on the back foot. I wanted to start it with like this wholesome, beautiful energy of like, I'm grateful for all these things. I'm grateful for this person. And then I wanted to set 3 priorities for that day. So what are my main 3 priorities for that day? And it could be a theme. It could be an actual thing. Like one of my priorities today was, I need to finish this podcast. Another priority today was be really intentional with all of my actions and words. Like don't waste anything. And then another priority was like, go hard at the gym. Make sure you fucking get a real good sweat on and smash your body and just feel good when you walk out of there. So those were 3 priorities. They're examples. So yeah, there are a few things that kind of like I really wanted in a journal. So I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to make one. I'm going to reach out to a manufacturing company, some printing company on Alibaba, and I'm going to find someone and I'm going to partner up and I'm going to get some journals made. And that's what I did. It was a long-winded process. But we got there. Just like that fucking attempt at a sentence. We got there. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been slow. Had to come up with money for samples and thankfully I got a little help from some people. So that's been nice. But yeah, it's taken some time to get here. I ended up going with a bit of a design that was something that I put together. So here's the journal here. It says little gratitude, a daily practice. And I really wanted to say a daily practice on the front. So, I'm basically priming you for this idea that it's something that you need to do every day, because it's not, you're regenerating neural pathways. So I think a lot of people are like, used to seeing things with this really negative lens, like, oh man, why me? And why, like, kicking stones. People want to kick stones about everything. Oh, the bus cut me off. The coffee's hot. The person jumped in front of me in line. Like, people want to kick stones about everything. But I'm trying to like make a point of like rewiring that to be like, no, I'm grateful to be here in this moment. Like, yes, the coffee burnt my mouth, but I had the money to buy a coffee. Yes, the bus cut me off, but look at this. I'm in a fucking car, beautiful car, and I'm driving my family to work, and do you know what? It's all good. Yes, there's a hole in my jumper, but I'm warm. It's a nice jumper, and like nobody's going to notice. Like gratitude and the practice of it and using it intentionally daily actually transforms and reshapes the neural networks and the neural pathways that allow you to kind of see things more optimistically. So yeah, that's kind of like my thoughts and my intention and you know, the whole reason behind this thing for me is to really promote this practice, promote the idea of gratitude and not just to be grateful, because I think being grateful and practicing gratitude are two very different things. Gratefulness is a feeling. Like to be grateful, it's a reaction. To practice gratitude is to be intentional, to use it as a tool, to use it as a practice. And I think even though they are the same thing, they're very different lenses. To be grateful is a reaction. To practice gratitude is to be what's the opposite of reaction? Proactive, reactive or proactive. Yes. So proactivity is gratitude, because you do it even on the days where you don't really want to. You do it and you show up and you write out things that you're grateful for, and that starts to rewire your brain to think more optimistically and more wholeheartedly and joyfully and happily and you know, with gratitude. So anyway, that's a bit about my gratitude practice. Again, here's a journal here. I'm going to link it below. Reach out to me if you like it and you kind of want to check it out. Let me know. I can ship one off to you because I've got a couple of them sitting here. And they're much better served in your hands than they are in my room. So yeah, anyway, that's the end of the Sav Show, my gratitude journal, my gratitude practice, and the journey that I've taken to create my own gratitude journal, and just a little bit about it. So anyway, I'll speak to you guys next week on the Sav Show. Let's go.